National Film Festival, to our filmmaker virtual interviews. I have two fantastic producers and actresses on, Kathryn and Elise Rodriguez, who have an absolutely amazing film called Her Place, which is in our local film package this year. These are actually two Florida filmmakers, so please welcome them in. Hello.
Hello, Kyle. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, how are you guys?
Doing well.
Awesome. So
doing as good as we can be in this heat, right?
I guess that's all you can be right now, I guess, right? So first of all, guys, you guys should be extremely proud of your film. Our whole team here at Fort Myers absolutely loved it. Kathryn, you're a returning filmmaker because you had a film, and I'm drawing a blank on the film that you had last year. Please forgive me.
It's okay. It was called 50 Words. It was a 28-minute short.
Yes. So welcome back this year. I'm sorry this year's a little bit different, but I appreciate you guys joining in and chatting about your film. So tell us a little bit about the film and sort of maybe what inspired the story, if you guys can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the film is, it's very short. It's only 5 minutes. And it's about a woman who is waiting for her other half to return home from work, and she is sort of getting ready for them and making a good home for them. It sort of starts off in a very 1950s perspective of the world.
Yeah, awesome. So what did the production look like? Like, how long did it take you guys to film? Tell us a little bit more about that. I know, Kathryn, you're in the film. Fantastic performance, by the way. So,
thank you. Yeah. Well, Elise is also in the film, actually.
The two of us. So the two of us produced it, acted in it, and directed it. So it was interesting to have to be in it and then also work on the direction and then also work on the production. Like, we had many hats to put on at the same time. So it was very interesting, but I would like to say that we were pretty quick with filming it. We only had, I want to say 3 film dates, and and we just kind of blew through it as quickly as we could. I think it was pretty fast because it was Kathryn's idea. Once she brought it to me, I was like, oh, we should make this. We should make this happen.
Yeah, that's first off incredibly fast for a film to this caliber. It's look like it. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. I'd love to actually show everybody a clip for those who are watching. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Let's take a look at the film called Her Place, streaming September 25th at 7:30. Here we are.
Plan ahead, even the night before, to have a delicious meal ready on time for his return. This is a way of letting him know that you have been thinking about him and are concerned about his needs. Most men are hungry when they come home, and the prospect of a good meal, especially his favorite dish, is part of the warm welcome needed.
So I have a question out of the gates. How did you guys find a location that fit the 50s style that you were going for? Because it looks like right out of the 50s. So I'm like, how did you guys pull that off?
Yeah, so that's a whole other side
of the 50s
there. It is, yeah. And let me first also, I'm going to credit for a second Mark Palmer, who was our director of photography, which is part of the reason why the film has such a really crisp and good look. He did a great job with it. But so believe it or not, this was my entire inspiration for the film. There is this home in Sarasota, and it's called the Umbrella House. And it's a very famous piece of architecture by a mid-century architect called Paul Rudolph, who's very talented and a famous architect. Yeah. And it's a very cool house. My husband is an architect, actually, and he does modern. His name's Jonathan Parks, and he does beautiful modern designs. And so I knew that there was this beautiful home in Sarasota that I could potentially film something there. And I just needed an idea. What could we set in this house? And so I've always loved those instructional style videos from the 1950s. They're just so like nostalgic, and they're so of that era. So it occurred to me that I could actually set an a instructional style video in that house. I just needed to find a reason why. So that's how the rest of the story came
to add to that. Like, I would like to add to that because I feel like the house was part of also what brought us the challenge of, having this take on nostalgia in general. And I feel like the film generally breaks down the construct of nostalgia and asks people to give their own perspective on what nostalgia is, especially for women. So I laugh as the clip was ending because I'm like laughing. I'm like, what do people think this is? Right. And that's the point, right? Like, the point is watch the film so that you can see where it goes.
Which is interesting. So when actually a few of the comments from our judges were surprised of where it did go, myself included. So our judges will watch the films and then they get to me, and at first I was like, where's this going? And then it totally takes you in a totally different direction you don't see coming. So you guys nailed that 100%. So fantastic work. So how long have you guys been filmmakers, producers? How long have you guys been in the industry for?
Yeah, so I started in the theater world, but I've always wanted to be engaged in film. I've always wanted to act in film, and I'm an actor. I was an actor first and foremost, and as I've learned, many filmmakers' journeys have been that if you want to really have a great film to star in, sometimes you got to make it yourself. So that's really how I got into filmmaking, probably back in 2016. I had done a whole bunch of producing corporate video work, and I felt like I wanted to take my acting career to the next level and just my ability as a producer to the next level. So I created a narrative, which was 50 words, which was a huge debut of a film because we had it was 28 minutes long. We had 100 people in it, and it was epic. So then Her Place was sort of the antithesis of that. It was just 5 minutes, 3 people, 3 locations. It was a lot different from that. But Elise, do you want to share your?
I always say that this is an interesting question for me because it's a very loaded answer and it covers a short period of time. But I used to be an attorney. I still am a licensed attorney, but I no longer practice. And I moved into kind of the creative world full time about 5 years ago. So I also, like Kathryn, primarily in theater, but also primarily in improvisational theater, improvisational comedy, teaching, and all of that. So, but I've always said that my eye and the way that I feel the most comfortable is running things, directing things behind a camera. And Kathryn and I work just well together in this way. We both just have such complementary skill sets. So for me, the entertainment world in general started 5 years ago. The film world, I would say, I also did some corporate work back when I was living in Miami. But here in Sarasota, I would say about 2 years and change. 2-3 years, maybe. I don't know. I lose track of time.
Yeah, and we've produced a number of different things together, and we really do work well together, and it's great fun. I find with filmmaking, a lot of it is just who you're working with. You can only do so much by yourself. Right. My strategy has just been to find really great, really talented people and bring them into my life somehow. And I'm just really grateful that Elise has believed in some of the things we've been working on together as much as I have.
Yeah.
Totally. And it's so important because I feel like the creative process is a process where you have to be totally honest. No, I don't like that. We have to fix this. We need to do this differently. And if you come into it with too much ego and without any empathy or understanding, then ultimately you can't make something that both of you believe in. And I think that just together we've done so well. I mean, she knows that maybe I'm too direct, but I'll be like, no, I'm not into it. So, but we work so well in stride in those things. So I'm appreciative of that.
You have to be direct in this industry, which, I mean, it's a great trait to have. So good job. So what do you both, what do you guys most proud about of this film? If there's one thing you can think of. What are you most proud about?
Well, after we screened, we were at the Sarasota Film Festival, which is our hometown film festival, which I was really pleased about. And, you know, there's a certain audience that we had in mind as we made this film. And after it's been hard this year because everything's been going virtual. So you don't really get the audience feedback that you would in person. But after we had our virtual screening, this woman reached out to me whom I haven't talked to in like 10 or 15 years. And she, you know, I made it with like her in mind, and not her, but, you know, women and, and she wrote to me out of the blue and said she really enjoyed it and the point of view and felt like it was something she'd not seen before. And that one moment was like, oh my gosh, that's, you know, thank you. If nothing else, like, thank you so much for reaching out and letting me know that it worked.
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. Elise, what about you?
I am proud of the sly messages that we throw in there that get you real fast.
Okay, that's fair. Yep, that absolutely is fair.
Because I really feel like it's one of the best to get a point across because just without revealing too much, there are reveals and there are surprises, like you said in the film. But I think the thing that makes it so good is the fact that somebody is thinking something and then it reveals itself, but they reveal it for themselves just by seeing what's happening. I don't know if that makes sense, but the film makes you check yourself, like, and it teaches you, but you're teaching yourself, but we were teaching you the entire time. You
Gotcha.
know? So I like that. I'm proud of it. I'm proud that at the time, I mean, this year everything has changed, right? Like the social circumstance and everything has changed. So I appreciate that at that time, like it really was something that so many, like, I think so many women could relate to in a lot of different ways. So I'm proud of that. Yeah.
No. So was that your goal? You know, when you guys both went out to like make this film, was that your goal for really to women to relate to this, or was there a different goal that you guys had in mind for this project?
I mean, I think that was a huge part of it, was just telling something from a female perspective that we may not be used to seeing. That was definitely a big part of it. I also, you know, another subversive thing is I do love modern architecture, and I wanted to just show this really cool house. There's that too. And just kind of grow and see, you know, who we could touch with this story. Yeah.
Well, that's, I mean, absolutely fantastic, guys. You guys both should be proud of the film. Again, our judging team absolutely loved it. So yeah, it was really well done. So good job, guys.
Thank you.
And again, it's playing in our local film package on September 25th at 7:30 p.m. So hopefully everyone can join in and watch. So I have another question for you guys. Both of you guys have been in this industry for a few years, whether it's a producer or as actors. So if you could give yourself, your younger entertainment industry selves, one piece of advice, what would it be? These were the quick questions I told you guys about before we got on.
Really cool. Her and I are just trying to figure out who's going first. Don't worry. We've got our answer. We're just looking at each other somehow virtually, catching eye contact and being like, are you going first?
You got this.
Okay, cool. So I think that the younger self would say, quit law faster.
Okay.
Quit law right now.
And yeah, I guess I would say that, you know, the path that you want to take doesn't always present it. The path that you expect to happen isn't necessarily going to present itself. And so it's going to be up to you to create it for yourself. And there's a lot of goodness that comes with that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great advice. That's awesome, guys. Well, where can we find you guys online? Do you guys have social media? Do you just have websites? If someone watching wants to continue to follow your journeys, where can we find you guys?
Yeah, I'll start with this one, Elise. I have a website. It's kathrynparks.com, and my name is spelled right on the screen for you. And on there, I have all my social media channels. I do have a Facebook page at Kathryn Parks Actor as well, which you can follow, and Instagram and all of those things.
And for me, my website is in the works right now. It will be just on Instagram as dragging30 because I'm no longer pushing it. I'm dragging it. And my face is just Elise Rodriguez.
Awesome.
Elise, you broke up for like 1 second, I think. What was the website going to be?
Yeah.
My name, EliseRodriguez.com.
Excellent.
You go, girl.
That's fantastic. I think, a big part of film festivals, I know it's hard to do right now, but a big part of film festival is to trying to bring filmmakers and collaborators closer together. And that's one of our goals at the Fort Myers Beach International. So for those watching, guys, please stay in touch. Follow these two fantastic filmmakers and producers. And yeah, guys, thank you. And director. Sorry. You guys have so many titles.
Thank you.
But guys, thank you so much for joining in. I can't wait to play your film. But yeah, it was great.
Well, I just want to say thank you as well, because I did attend the Fort Myers Beach International Film Festival a year ago, and I met so many great people, and I really, even now, I just get such a feeling of warmth when I'm with everyone, and it's a really wonderful organization / film festival.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate you guys being so awesome and understanding about all of this. We had so many really exciting, bigger plans than it was last year, which is, you don't want to hear about that at all right now. It's like, hey, it's what it could have been. But no, that means a lot to us. I mean, one of our biggest goals, and Janine, who's our executive director, is to bring films to the beach, but also really build a community. And hopefully we're at least doing that now during the COVID-19 pandemic. So, well, guys, thank you so much for your time. I will let you guys go. But yeah, it was a pleasure, guys. Please see their film September 25th at 7:30 p.m. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
See you guys later. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining in, guys. A fantastic interview. Please feel free to jump in and watch their film. It's an absolutely fantastic film. Again, 7:30 on the 25th in the local film package. It's fantastic. Guys, again, my name is Kyle B. Thompson. I'm the programming director for the Fort Myers Beach International Film Festival. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. Stay connected as much as we possibly can during these times. I think we need it. So, till then, bye-bye.